As warm and inviting as this apartment complex may seem, you wouldn't know how cold this leasing office was towards residents' complaints just 2 months ago.
There was water like coming out of the lights and the outlets and stuff and coming from other units.
Presley Hughes and Angelica Arias are just some of the residents of 1879 who share their frustration on how the leasing office went about helping residents during and after the historic snowstorm back in February.
The whole ceiling was water damaged, my carpet was wet. There was I don't know, it was just still kind of wet in here.
As temperatures were steadily falling, residents were desperate enough to get any warmth they could and even charge their phones in their own car and even resorted to sleeping in the back seat.
But like I said, I had nowhere to stay and it was so freezing cold that day.
Antonio Calderon was another resident who was affected by the storm and ended up moving to Houston. This is how his apartment looks now.
Gave me a rent reduction per on what's usable. Since the bathroom is not usable at the moment, and then as well as the water wasn't on for a couple of days, so they could have just at least given a percentage of that off.
And that's where the lease comes in. In Section 40, the last sentence reads, "During such reconstruction, there shall be a reasonable reduction of the rent for the unusable portion of the premises." Only Antonio was too late to put any request in writing concerning his living conditions, as stated in Section 38.
Well, it is livable, so you can just move in, and that's when I told them no, because I signed for a lease that everything was 100% functioning. I didn't sign a lease with a hole in a wall. I didn't sign a lease with dry rock or ceiling pieces on the floor, all that.
The lease is very vague on what it considers habitable, and 1879 management didn't feel comfortable with an on-camera interview and declined to answer questions concerning resident complaints.
Jesus Martinez, Channel 7 News.